In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly splice a 2x4 board all the way up to a 2x12 in the event you need a much longer board for a joist or rafter. The method that I'm about to show you is extremely strong when done properly, and you might ask, how do I know that? Because years ago when I lived in the Bahamas, we had a rafter that was spliced the same way, and it was about 26 feet long. And that house went through several major hurricanes over the past 40 years. Go to the end of the board that you're going to be adding onto. Okay, here's the end of the 2x6. I'm going to show you the type of cut that's made. And in a minute, you're going to see a 24-foot 2x8 rafter that I just completed. Now the length of the splice that we're going to be making, or the cut in the end of this wood, it's going to be based on the width of the wood. So wood that's narrower, a 2x4 to 2x6, you're only going to need about that much of an overlap to connect things together. When you're dealing with a 2x8 like I just made, I went 20 inches. And when you start dealing with a 2x10 or 2x12, you're going to want to do 24 to 26 inches of overlap. So on the very end, I usually measure about an inch and a half, inch and a quarter. That's fine, it's not to be exact. Of course, this dimension here is going to be less if you're doing a 2x4. And then from this point right here, I'm going to go about 3 inches this way. So I'll take a straight edge, and I'll go like this. The next thing I'm going to measure from this point, and I'm going to go about 16 inches. So right over here, that's fine. I want to go the same space, so what do we have here? It's 1 3/8. So over here is 1 3/8 as well, right there. Take the 2 points, connect them together using a straight edge. Could be a little off, no big deal. Just make sure the line is perfectly straight. And now we're going to take this dimension here, 4 3/8. Like that. So this is the type of a cut that you're going to be ending up with. When you make these cuts using a circular saw, you want to make sure that the blade is perpendicular to the lower plate of the saw. If the blade is not perpendicular, it'll be off a little bit, and then the connection here will not be flush when the cut is made. Very important, make sure the blade is perpendicular. Once a clean cut has been made along these lines, the next thing you're going to do is take the other board that you're going to be using to make one longer board. You're going to take the end of that board and you're going to place it under this cut. So the other end of the board will come somewhere around here and extend off in that direction. Once you do that, you got to make sure that both of these boards are lined up perfectly straight. To do that, just take a much larger 2x4, make sure the board is straight, place it right against the side, nice and tight. Once both boards are properly lined up, then you can trace this cut onto the end of the board below. It's going to look like what you see here with the 2x8 that I did. The really good thing about this type of a splice, when both boards are pushed together, they become perfectly straight and locked in position. Now before connecting both ends together, I'm going to apply a nice thick layer of wood glue on one side of the cut. Once the wood glue's been applied, you're going to take this board that you cut and the other board, which is on this side of the line. When they slide together, you're going to push them as tight as you can, make sure it's flush, and you're going to place a bar clamp here and a bar clamp there. Once the two boards are perfectly lined up, clamped in position, you're going to drill a hole right through here at that angle, slightly smaller than a 16 common nail. And you're only going to go about that far in. Then you're going to drive the nail all the way through like that. You're going to do the exact same thing right over here, a nail like that. And because this is bigger than a 2x4, you also want to take a 20D common, go straight through to there, and another one straight through over here. And you'll see in a minute when I show you on my board. And right here's one I completed just the other day. You can see how beautiful that splice came out. Nice and flush. You can see the nails, one there and the larger 20D over here. And in this area here is the carriage bolt. They're 3/8 inch by 8 inch. This side goes flush, so if this is being used on a roof, the sheathing can go right on top, or if it's being used for a floor joist, you can put your plywood on there and the bolts extend through on this side. And if you take a closer look at this side, you can see that the washers are torque washers. They actually bite into the wood with these points, not allowing them to move. So between these two carriage bolts, the two 20D nails, the two 16s, and the glue that's along that entire splice, you can be assured that this connection will be very strong. And right here you can sight the entire length of the board that's been spliced together. You can see it's nice and straight. And in case you're wondering why I had to make that 24-foot long board, it was to replace an old termite damaged hip rafter on my roof. I hope you enjoyed this tip. If you did, be sure to rate, thumbs up, and share. Thanks for watching.